What's up, Titterinos? Welcome back to the Game Addicts podcast, a show where we talk about the modern and retro video games that we play and collect. I am this podcast player one, Brando, and joining me here today is this podcast player two, Mike.
How's it going, guys?
Today is a very different episode. If you're watching us live on twitch.tv/GameAddictsPlay, Mike is standing up. He's got an unboxing to do. The good old Fallout 76 Power Armor Edition is here. We're going to get to that in just a second. Of course, this is episode 103. What animal is that?
A cat.
Cat's crashing into something. I'm like, the last time I was here, I thought the wall was going to come down on me because it just sounded like, and I just thought of a wall. Episode 103 today here on the podcast. We got some stuff to talk about. Of course, we had the big Xbox. It's the X018 thing. I got my own thoughts on that. We're going to brush over that.
Yes.
We have some other news. We have some Black Friday stuff we're going to be talking about. Of course, the nominees for the Game Awards are out now. That just got released like yesterday or last night today. Well, I don't know. It was very recent. And I looked at them, and I'm like, well, we are going to have to talk about this. Because last year we voted live on the air.
Yes, we did.
And we're going to do the same thing this year. Of course, there's a lot of more esport categories than I was expecting. There's best esport team, best esport venue, best esport event, best esport coach.
Okay.
Best content creator. So they're also voting for the best YouTube, Twitch streamer.
I like that.
So like again, they're probably nobody that I even watch. No, no offense to anybody who does enjoy that great content. I don't have that kind of time. So
I barely have time to keep up on the news.
I barely have time to even play my game. I've been playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm loving the game. Of course, I'm hoping to get this podcast done so I can go home and play more of it because I'm at a point where I'm like, I don't want to stop playing. This game is so freaking awesome, guys. But I'm not going to make Mike wait any longer. He's sitting here patiently. We're both sporting Fallout gear. Of course, I wear my traditional Fallout hat that I've been wearing since I lost my Metallica hat.
How did you lose your hat?
I don't know where it went.
What'd you do with that?
My mom bought me that hat in like 2008.
Yeah.
I had it for a long time, and it's a really cool hat. It's almost got like a belt buckle on the front, a really heavy like metal like disc shaped thing, and I don't know what happened to it. So I had to buy this. I got this Fallout hat with the Fallout Vault Boy.
Vault Boy.
And then I got this for $5 at the Walmarts. It was on discount. Is it 4?
No, it's just Fallout.
Fallout. It probably was released.
Kind of like mine. It's just Fallout.
Fallout
Doesn't have 4 on it. It's just a traditional weight loading screen.
Yeah, that's the. I remember first time seeing that from.
For 4.
Well, 3.
3, yeah.
But then I've got my shirt, so we're definitely Fallout out. So let's add to it, Mike. Let's get to this.
All right, here we go. So I apologize that I'm not going to be right up on the mic, but as you know,
I'll narrate. I'm a pretty moving around storyteller.
That you are. All right. So without further ado, here we go.
So this thing is massive, folks. I mean, this thing is it's huge. It's taking up our whole desk, or our whole card table.
Yes, and actually, it is huge. I mean,
it's
huge.
It's really freaking big. It's funny because we got the box.
Huge.
We actually got the box that it came in from Amazon, and we were wondering whether or not like there was anything else in there that anything else ordered from Amazon. Maybe it was bundled, or maybe even the miracle. Maybe they'd send you 2 of them.
That would be a miracle. I probably had to pay for them both, though.
I actually had that happen to me, not from Amazon, but, I used to collect, action figures, and I used to collect wrestling figures specifically. So I would go on to ringsidecollectibles.com. Cheap plug for them. And I would order figures when they would come out with some new figures and whatnot. Well, I ended up getting they had like a good deal on some old stock they were getting rid of, and they sent me 2 of the same dude. So I just got him in a box somewhere.
Nice. Do you want this to be able to read off to these fine feathered folks?
Fine feathered folks.
That's the slip.
Oh, box contains digital code to download game content.
Yeah, I figured.
It's a digital code.
I figured. But it has a steelbook.
What do you need a steelbook for a digital code?
Steelbook for a digital code, but it is what it is.
This contains, the game. Of course, we actually just aired the, on our podcast, we aired a great unboxing from Fallout New Vegas Collector's Edition that I'm going to have to show your wife, Joanna, later because that was just absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to start with this here. So drop to the steelbook.
The Tricentennial Steelbook exclusive Power Armor Edition. This decorated metal case is the ultimate collectible celebrating America's 300 years of freedom. Freedom isn't free.
All right, so we're going to open this because we assume there's no disc in here, obviously. Just a slip of paper that says, hey, dude, you can download this, which I'm a little upset about. But later on, I will get the physical game, and I'm just going to toss it in there.
I mean, you could just wait like 2 or 3 years
and
get it for like $10, maybe even less.
Actually, the game is there.
All right, then. So
now this includes all of the DLC for the Tricentennial Edition.
Oh, so you get the codes for that.
I get all the codes.
That's what they're meaning by that. Okay, so you get like the little bonus edition stuff.
I'm not flipping it over, so you can't take my codes.
You get no codes. No,
they're my codes.
No. Now, why would they want to take your codes?
I love steelbooks. There's something about them.
See,
like
all right.
if I could have every game that I have steelbook, I would.
Now, see,
I love
there's a steelbook in my collection that I absolutely detest, and that is the Mass Effect 2 steelbook. And because I feel like I'm about ready to rip the disc or break it right in half. Like one of these days, when I just go out to disc replay, I'm going to be buying. That's going to be so loud and annoying. But I'm going to buy a regular copy. Go ahead and just rip it out while I'm talking. That way.
It's not. It's just. It's
what is it, Army Men?
Yeah, that's so you get in it right there. Look. What? Right there, figurines.
24 collectible Fallout figurines crafted from in-game 3D models. These detailed miniatures bring Fallout 76 Vault dwellers and power armored soldiers, creatures, and more to life. They are Army Men.
They are Army Men, basically, and they have super mutants, and then they have the Scorch Beast. I don't know if you guys probably can't see that.
They almost look like. Yes, there's Army Men, but in a way, in the way that they're like a little bit thicker, they remind me of the Muscle Men.
Yep.
Those little skin-colored Muscle Men. If any of you are out there, I used to have some of those. Is that the poster?
This here is the
map.
Glow-in-the-dark terrain map.
Glow-in-the-dark world terrain map. This
We're going to open this right here.
Fully colorized 21 by 21 glow-in-the-dark vintage map showcases the 6 distinct regions of West Virginia, complete with irradiated landmarks, towns, and wildlife.
I really don't want to tear it up because it's actually some pretty thick plastic, and I'm afraid that it's going to...
It's going to be a big map.
It is. Maybe it'll go right here.
Maybe so.
The new setups.
And then as the sun starts setting, maybe some of it will start glowing in the dark.
That would be cool. All right. So I actually did keep the sleeve, so that's good. So I can slide it back in there. Here we go. You're going to have to help me. Hold the corner.
I'm trying.
No, this corner.
Oh, I can't because I'm holding the box.
Drop the box. That's actually really cool looking.
I thought this was going to be way longer with how thick the plastic.
It's very textured. It's very thick.
It's pretty high quality.
It is high quality. And that there's some high quality. H2 mapping.
What's that one video? Is like, I don't know if this is collector's edition plastic, but
Yeah, that was collector's edition plastic right there, people.
Is there anything else that I need this for?
I just figured
Other
you'd
than
read
that.
it off.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want.
Well, I'll read the last thing here. The full-scale wearable T-51 Power Armor helmet with Westech carrying bag.
Ooh.
This wearable helmet faithfully replicates the in-game model and comes complete with voice modulator speaker, functioning LED headlamp, and custom VAT sound feature. And that's it. I almost wanted to add and more, but they're not.
But there's not any.
This game is rated M for mature. It features blood, gore, drug references, intense violence, strong language, and in-game purchases.
Yeah.
In-game purchases are so mature.
I have to put this to the side here. It's not going all the way in. I don't really want to waste the time.
That's what she said. It's not going all the way in.
All
I'm
right.
not going to waste the time.
So
All the styrofoam.
I got nice instructions here. Here comes the foam.
Oh, it's going to have battery compartment. Oh, hey, it didn't squeak.
Oh, wow. This thing looks freaking sweet.
Non-rechargeable batteries are not to be recharged.
I love that they have to put that in there. All right, you ready?
So we had a comment. I'm sorry if I missed your comment from Hollow Developer 1. How much was this?
$200.
$200. Of course, you pre-ordered this right after E3.
I got stupid lucky because these were out in 2 hours, and we were walking. Yep.
I told you.
You
it was
told
available.
you're like, hey, just so you know, those are up. You need to check. And we were walking out from work, and I flipped it open. It was like, hey, there it is, pre-order, and literally seconds later they were all gone. So I must have got the last one or one of the close ones. But this helmet looks fantastic. I'm gonna try to get this out of here, and probably here. You hold the batteries. I'm pretty much gonna kick the box. All right. So this baby, I'll show you before I start showing on them. That's freaking sweet looking. Look at the detail. It has rust on it. If you look, there's rust.
Yeah, they added some rust, kind of like a little paint job to it. Of course. Something fell.
Don't be breaking my
I didn't break
helmet.
nothing. I didn't break nothing. It fell.
Hopefully I can wear my glasses inside.
Oh, this is what fell. Don't eat this.
Oh, yeah. Better make sure the cats don't eat that either.
Yeah.
You
I
ready?
don't know. There might be enough room in there for you.
Might be.
Maybe. I'd take them off first just to see.
That's the plan.
That'd be interesting. Then, of course, this will actually move out of the way.
Yeah.
There's this little doohickey over here.
All right, here we go.
All right.
I'm going to charge this puppy up.
You got the non-rechargeable batteries charged up and ready to go?
Does it have a location where the batteries go?
It's inside the mask.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
I think they're in the front. I was going to say, like, if your head is too big for that, I will die.
Sorry, guys.
Spatial awareness.
You cannot see out of this at all. Like, this would suck. I still don't see a battery slot.
It says right here on the instructions that I have right here, tilt it forward, battery compartment is
Here. Okay, I feel it. I feel it now. That's what she said.
rechargeable batteries are to be removed from the toy before being charged. Wait. Let me reread this. First of all, non-rechargeable batteries are not to be recharged. Rechargeable batteries are to be removed from the toy before being charged. Rechargeable batteries are only to be charged under adult supervision. Different types of batteries or new and used batteries are not to be mixed. Batteries are to be inserted with correct polarity. Exhausted batteries are to be removed from the toy. Exhausted.
Here. Woo!
The supply terminals are not to be short-circuited. Warning, for display purposes only. Helmet should not be worn for head protection. Field of vision.
Do not use this as actually as protection. Jeez.
Field of vision and hearing will be impaired. Never wear for prolonged time. Falling and tripping hazard can result in serious injury or death. Not intended for children under 14 years of age. Yeah, so that is like my favorite thing. Non-rechargeable batteries are not to be recharged. Yes, sir.
Everything seems to be in
What's up, dog meat? Dog meat's not even in the picture. Oh wait, his snout was for a second.
I think I gotta tighten my head down.
Side button control top. The sounds and voice changer is the bottom.
On what location? What location?
On the other side, or on one of those little side things.
Got it.
Can you wear your glasses with them?
I'm not trying it. I'm not trying it. Nothing.
Oh,
about now?
there's the lamp.
There's the lamp.
Okay, so that side is your lamp. The other side is the.
Oh, hello. It doesn't do it.
Do the bottom one.
How about now? There we go. Hey.
Talking to the microphone. Lean forward. No.
Sorry, it's hard to see the microphone. Dude, no, that's cool.
Talk louder. Just talk normal.
I'm trying. That's as loud as I can.
No, it is not.
I know. That's a lie. Oops, there's a microphone.
I was just trying to put it in front of the speaker.
Okay.
Because it's difficult. This is great audio quality podcasting. The unboxing of Fall.
Yes. This is a great unboxing. It sounds pretty cool, but I don't know. Can you hear me echo?
Yeah. Ha. Ha. Oh, this is great.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't do?
Podcast.
You know what I didn't do for this whole thing?
Record.
Thankfully, no. No, I did all that, but I didn't put up the new little like bug over here for like the whole like topic and everything. I completely forgot. I spent all that time working on it, and dang it, now you've like infested my sinuses and you're making me want to sneeze.
Me?
You're the one who's always blowing his nose and sneezing.
Well, that's allergy related.
Don't lower your own voice.
That's
allergy related.
Kill the super mutants.
I smell something.
I smell something. Okay, this is coming on.
Okay. When he hit that, he went wah, but only in motion. You almost for a second when you were pulling that off. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the clip of Jim Carrey doing his impression of Kevin Bacon as Batman on the Tonight Show. I'll have to show it to you before I leave tonight. It's pretty funny.
You want to try it on, you idiot? While I
I'll
get
try
set
it.
up to actually do this.
All right.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to open this here lovely carrying bag.
Yeah. We didn't bring the bag out, did we?
No, we did not. But as of that is everything that came in it. And here is this lovely carrying bag from West Tech Warfare.
This is
Fully powered.
pretty uncomfortable, really.
It is, isn't it? Well, there's a little dial in there, like all the way in the back. You have to take it off, and you have to adjust it for it to fit.
Well, the fit isn't that bad. It's just like how over encumbersome it is.
Yes.
So this is the voice changer. It is weird how it plays inside the helmet.
Yeah.
It's almost like a voice jammer.
Right. And the thing is that I can hear you clearly.
Right.
But then whenever you talk, it has the echo of your voice in the modulator system. So this bag, I mean, this is a standard pretty... I don't feel like this is collector edition standard bagging here. This is not. I mean, I feel like it's a little cheap. But it's just a little bag here for it. I don't see any distinguishing markings other than the West Tech Warfare fully powered. So yeah, that is. It looks cool as shit. I think it looks awesome.
No, this is going to be a great shelf piece.
Yes, it is.
The
thing is that the shelf's going to be out here. Like, the shelf is literally going to take up. We won't be able to sit.
Oh, I know. All right, so
maybe I'll make something that it actually like mount it to the wall, and then it'll come up and be a pole, so it just sits as a pole, and we won't have to have a shelf.
Maybe.
I'll look and see what I can do.
See, like you. Oh, I guess I hit the mic. My bad. This is the worst podcast ever.
Okay, here we go.
Worst podcast ever. So, I feel like you really need to like Batman yourself with it. Like, if you try to move your head around, it's sort of just like the helmet doesn't move. So it's almost like old school, like Michael Keaton era Batman cowl, where you're like. You're going to kill all your non-rechargeable batteries.
I know, and I can't.
You're not supposed to recharge them.
Not really supposed to recharge rechargeable batteries, or non-rechargeable batteries.
No. But if you do, remove them from the toy first. Oh, that's crazy, man. I mean, it's really cool. I really love that, companies like Bethesda, and, I was dogging BioWare and EA for their Mass Effect one, the one that doesn't come with the game. Had it actually come...
Yeah, EA. Thank you, Bethesda, for giving me a full version of the game that's a disc and not a code, because I spent $200 on this.
Well, we'll see that, like the Mass Effect one, you had a $100 die-cast model one of the little Land Rover that they give you in Andromeda, right? And then the $200 one was like a remote control one with your phone, which is cool. I saw it. It looks quality, even though it's only cell phone controlled. But there's a little camera on the front of it, so you can actually kind of see where it's going, even if you can't see it. And that's kind of cool. But none of those copies of the collector's edition come with the game. You had to buy it separately. And I just felt like that was terrible. It's even gotten to the point where the whole remote controllable one has been on sale from $200 all the way down to $60. And I have come this close to buying it. Because for $60, why not? I'm a big enough Mass Effect fan that even if I am mad at it, I can justify $60 for that. But I stayed true to my thoughts. I'm like, you know what? Is that because you had 76 on there already?
So this is kind of weird. So I put the game in to let it load because it's going to take a really long time and that cat's going to get killed. So the cat is getting ready to jump in the box.
Yeah, oh yeah. Loves kitty cats and boxes.
So put my glasses on so I can see here. All right. So yeah, my wife's downstairs downloading the game. We both played the beta together. I just popped in the game and it says download complete immediately. I'm going to start it and see what's going on.
Update the latest version. And then there it is. The 51.1 gigabytes. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this rousing edition of an unboxing. It's so weird to do one in audio form, so if you're live, please join us live on twitch.tv/GameAddictsPlay when we air the show live, and we record it each and every single Wednesday afternoon/evening, about 4 to 6 is our usual start time. And then, of course, the episodes go up then the very next day on YouTube in video form, just like, with some of our gameplay videos that we've done of Metal Gear and Last of Us and Red Dead Redemption 2 did something like that. We did our Extra Life charity stream that we put all, the gameplay of that up there for people to watch. If you missed that stream, it's all there, broken up into different game segments. And then, of course, in audio form, the podcast goes up in audio form on some of your favorite podcast services around the world, including all the best ones and all the big popular ones like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, our gracious hosts over at Podbean, and many more.
All right.
Now that I've killed the dead air.
Yes, that's my fault. I apologize,
of course,
ladies and gentlemen. But so the attention to detail is phenomenal. I love the look of it. It's cool that it does the modulation. I mean, I thought it was going to be better, but that's just me being hopeful. As of a display piece, worth it. I mean, it's completely worth it.
Yeah.
I know I've played the beta. The game is not reviewing well at all.
Okay. The game is not reviewing well from users. There's a lot of negative reviews from the users. And a lot of the reviews that we've seen is stuff that we've already kind of heard and stuff. One of the reasons why I didn't get too excited from the get-go about, this, and it is what it is. This is not a traditional Fallout game. It's a different type of experience. You have Fallout stuff there that is more familiar to you, but there's one review that was on there that I felt like was pretty accurate. It's trying to please the people who are really into multiplayer, whether you're into PvP or co-op, and it's trying to please your core Fallout fans and merge that realm together.
Here's the thing. The PvP in this game sucks. The reason why it sucks is that it's not your traditional PvP. If I see Brando out in the woods, I can't just shoot to kill. I have to shoot. He has to shoot back. And now, what is saying in the beta, now, obviously I haven't played the game. You watched me unbox it. Was people are saying that when I shoot you and you shoot me, you get full damage. I get 0. So your first shot counts. I don't like that. I believe that it should be to where I can toggle it on and off. So if I win a PvP, I can flip it on.
So, headline from comicbook.com. Fallout 76 players are helping out newcomers by acting like NPCs.
Which is awesome. Awesome job to all those hardcore Fallout guys out there helping out the noobs. That's great. It was very confusing. Actually, my wife ran around with me for about an hour and didn't do any quests. And I was doing the same quest line, so we went back and did it, obviously. But it is what it is. It's different. It's not your traditional style Fallout. I mean, it is and it's not. It's different.
It is something new. Now, will I be getting the game? That is still up in the air, kind of, because it's going to depend on my holiday spending and what I have left. Because I would like to play the game with you. I had fun playing the game. I did have fun playing the game.
If I was you, I would wait until they announce private servers. And we do private servers, I will set one up. And then we can just play on there. And what I'll do is I'll have one character that plays with you, so we'll be the same level all the time. And all of us who are going to play together, like me, you, my wife, whoever else decides to join us, that will be only for us.
Yeah, Blaine said he was going to go pick it up today and not be able to play it, which is typical.
Yep, that's normal for Blaine.
Yeah, so, I'm happy that it's out, and as with any major online-based game,
yes,
this game is going to go through changes, and it's going to grow. This is not going to be a game that comes out now, and then that's the way it's going to be forever.
Right.
It's going to change. This is the first random game that came into my mind was Grand Theft Auto 5 Online. Look how that was when that first started, and look what it is now.
I don't even know what it is now because we haven't played it.
I know, but it is a completely different experience almost.
Yeah.
Is it at its core the same? Yes. But with the fact that you can do all this course creation with these big, crazy, in the middle of the sky ramps and courses for you to race on.
Awesome.
And it's over the top and it's crazy.
But that's GTA.
Yeah.
Over the top and crazy.
And then Red Dead is following that suit.
Yes, I hope.
And with their online, it looks to be, I mean, they're killing it. Within 8 days of their release, they outsold the original game.
It's awesome.
And I mean, when I mean the original game, I mean Red Dead Redemption 1, because Red Dead Revolver isn't even that's not even in the story.
It's not canon. I mean,
no, not really.
It's not canon.
The redemption thing, with Red Dead Redemption, they have tied the Red Dead universe with the other GTA universe.
Yeah,
like it's there. They almost share the same past. Like this is the past of GTA, kind of.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's a great. They have been able to successfully create a franchise under their belt that is, it's going to be just as successful for them.
Yeah,
and they have confirmed that they have sold over 100 million copies of GTA 5.
That's phenomenal.
Yep.
To sell a game that's over 50 million copies.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a massive success. But to 100 million copies, I mean,
yeah.
And it's still full price, people.
Yeah. There will be a Black Friday
yes.
a sale for that, where I think you can get it for $20 to $25.
I believe so, yes.
We have the GameStop's Black Friday thing. We're not going to cover everybody's Black Friday thing because there's a lot of similarities and some differences. And I'm gonna go down that and list the differences as I go on. But up next, Mike.
Yes.
We are going to talk about Nintendo.
Yes.
So I just read today that Nintendo won a pretty big lawsuit.
Yes, they did.
And I'm just going to read the article from comicbook.com in the gaming section, of course, owned by our friends over at GameSpot. Remember earlier this year when Nintendo was suing a couple of sites,
yeah.
They sued Love ROMs and LoveRetro.co. And the couple, the husband and wife that ran those sites, they have been ordered to pay Nintendo $12 million in damages.
It's insane.
The lawsuit originally filed in Arizona federal court against a married couple that ran the websites where ROMs of classic games were commonly distributed. They eventually came to terms with Nintendo in the lawsuit and now must pay the hefty fee as a result. But it's not just the ROMs the couple used. It turns out the site also allegedly used graphics and its design that ripped off Nintendo, though specific examples were not mentioned. With that, the sites will be taken down in the future after being signed over to Nintendo, and the couple must not be allowed to distribute any Nintendo ROMs or utilize its images or for advertising purposes. This is obviously a warning shot to other ROM companies that profit off of distributing older games illegally. That's not to say that pirating still won't happen, but we know a number of folks still getting their hands on the NES and SNES Classic systems modified to have more games, including those with expired licenses like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Disney's Aladdin. That being said, you can bet that there are some companies that will be a little bit quieter around Nintendo, especially considering that this lawsuit was found in their favor. Of course, that sets a precedent. Anytime that there's another lawsuit going forward, they have this to look back on.
Right.
And draw a conclusion from. So this is the big win for them. A huge big win for Nintendo because they didn't have to sue everybody.
And ROM sites are already falling off the map.
I mean, I don't think they're going to go anywhere. They're never going to be able to get rid of it. The idea is that if you're going to be running these ROM sites, you cannot be profiting.
Yep.
It's got to be that is the thing. That is the loophole. And it's hard to do that when you are running a website. Well,
the thing is that it didn't specify. So when you run a website, you need some kind of cash flow, obviously. Mm-hmm. So what a lot of sites do is that the ROMs are free. Every ROM that I've ever looked at or received has been free.
Yeah.
But the websites have ads all over them.
Yeah.
Is that their loophole to make money? Because that would be a lot of ROM sites would be okay.
Yeah, and I guess I don't know. Of course, they said that those websites were using actual Nintendo images. Mario probably copyrighted logos maybe. So
that's the thing. If you just put up a picture, like a couple of sites that I see is the banner will have like Mario, Sonic, your classic characters. You can't do that. And that's what Nintendo's pretty much saying is like, hey, you want to make these free, that's fine, but you cannot use our branding as your type of publicity. You can't say Mario here. You can't do that.
Well, and maybe they're not even saying that it's okay. but they're saying that you cannot use our stuff to advertise what you're giving away for free, which is technically illegal.
Yep.
But when you start because I mean, how long has this stuff been around? It's been around for over a couple of decades now.
Yes.
So will it ever go away? No. But this is a huge win because we all know how quickly things can change, especially when you get court rulings.
Yep.
Things change, and people are gonna have to be careful. Definitely for sure.
Now, as long as it's not utilizing the ROMs,
yeah,
then I'll get scared, and then I'll be sad because then I have to get everything back again.
Right. So that's about it for that story. The next story we have is what happened over the weekend. The Xbox event they had is at X018, however you want to say it.
X018.
It was Microsoft's Xbox event down in Mexico City.
Yep.
And so I likened this, and I told you what I thought. I thought that this was basically Xbox Direct, but it was in more of a live setting. It was more like, instead of them being in front of a green screen and just talking and showing you stuff, it was them in front of their fans. It was them in front of people. They were talking. They were hyping stuff up. They had people on there to talk about third-party games. They had people from there. It was a little bit more of a production. But basically, they said more than 10,000 fans joined us at the 4th annual Xbox Fan Fest, Mexico City, to get a closer look at the Xbox through hands-on events and panels, including members of Team Xbox stream live on Inside Xbox. I actually watched this event, and it's a couple of big news items that came out of that.
Yeah.
The number one, Crackdown 3 gets a launch date of official date of February 15th, 2019. Of course, going to Xbox Game Pass day one.
Yep.
So if you've got Xbox Game Pass,
there's another reason to get it.
Yeah, absolutely. Crackdowns is a very open world, fun, crazy, everything just blowing up around you.
It's like a way more dramatic Grand Theft Auto.
In a way, yeah. Or in a different sense, very kind of like Just Cause, isn't that?
Yes, that's the other way. Yeah, Just Cause.
But like even more destructible.
Yeah.
Very crazy. So there was that news. The other big news, Obsidian Entertainment and Exile Entertainment joined Microsoft Studios. Of course, Obsidian, we've been hearing about that for a good while now. Officially a part of Xbox. And I'm so excited to see what they come to the table. Of course, they have made so many games, including Fallout New Vegas, including Knights of the Old Republic 2, including I almost said Fallout again, but South Park Stick of Truth. They make good games.
They do.
And, of course, that's just even like the three that are the most popular. They also have a slew of other ones as well that are more PC-centric. So what else was there? There was new games on Xbox Game Pass announced either already going on there or coming out within the next year or so, including, PUBG is now available on there to everybody beginning on the 12th, which is already past us. And then, of course, you also had a bunch of other slew of indie games coming out onto that platform as well. But you also had like Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, and also the Xbox exclusives, Ori and the Blind Forest, which is coming out, or which is coming to Xbox Game Pass, and then the sequel.
I thought you were going to say Gex Pex.
You
you started to.
Sorry.
I was like...
But they're making a sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest called Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which is also be coming on day one.
The Game Pass.
And, of course, they had Black Friday deals. They announced that they're slashing $100 off both of their consoles.
Which is
for
awesome.
the S and the X. You can get the X for just $400. And then, of course, you can get the S for $200 with some bundles. You can also score your first month of Game Pass for just $1 if you're a new subscriber. And then, of course, you can also sign up. If you sign up for a full year, it's like 50% off.
Xbox is making a lot of the right moves right now. I mean, they just keep hammering it home.
Yeah.
Game Pass is becoming much more viable. Hey, you want all of our... Now that they're really pulling in more studios, you're going to start seeing a lot more for maybe a year. You're going to have a new game.
Mm-hmm.
Every month coming to Game Pass. That is Xbox exclusive. You're getting for free.
Well, and that's the thing,
and
is
that's
that
huge.
They are growing. They're growing their catalog now. It's like they have all these teams on board working on who knows what, right? Whether that's a new Fable game, a brand new IP. They have all this stuff going on, and they're hoping to utilize these studios and bring to the table exactly what PlayStation has been able to bring to the table this generation with some killer exclusives. Xbox does have some good exclusives, but they're lacking in that, in my opinion.
They're lacking in numbers. They do have a lot of good, Spider-Man, God of War, Zero Dawn.
Yeah. So like that on the PlayStation side. On the Xbox side, of course, you had the Halo 5 has been out. Gears 4 has come out. You had a State of Decay.
State of Decay is a fun game.
Forza Horizon, Forza that series.
I love it.
So
I love it.
And then of course they just launched Sea of Thieves, which is a different kind of game that they launched out. So and they're kind of like trying to branch out and do a bunch of different, try and do what Nintendo and Sony have been able to do, sort of, as they've get a good a good amalgamation of different styles of exclusives, not just a shooter, but you want some RPGs, you want like a racer, you want a shooter, you want something that's going to tickle the fancy for everybody, and that's difficult to do. But when you're bringing in teams like that, that you're bringing in with Obsidian and Inxile, sorry, it's weird. It's Inxile.
Yeah,
Inxile. Of course, I want to say, did they do Planescape Torment? I can't remember. But
to remember all the games they've done, yeah.
For me, of course, they showed new Just Cause 4 stuff, and they show gameplay of that of them driving along and getting sucked up into a tornado.
I mean, that's awesome.
I mean, I tried Just Cause a few times, and I don't like the controls.
Can you change them?
I don't know. I just didn't like the whole aiming and shooting style in that game. Because Just Cause 3 was free on PS Plus. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna play this. That was just me, guys. I don't necessarily think that they're bad games, just because I didn't like the controls.
Right.
But of course, they also had Square there talk about Kingdom Hearts 3 as
with
well.
50th trailer.
Yes, another freaking trailer. But they also announced that they're bringing Final Fantasy 7, 9, 10. 10-2, and 12 to the system, as well as through backwards compatibility, the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy. 13, 13-2, and Lightning Returns coming to backwards compatibility. So they also announced Civilization Revolution is coming to backwards compatibility. And a little statistic that they have here. To date, gamers have enjoyed well over 1 billion hours of backwards compatible games, and we look forward to continuing to grow the collection, including more than 500 Xbox 360 games, 25 Xbox One X enhanced 360 titles, and 32 original Xbox classics.
That's awesome.
They also announced the big update for November for the Xbox One is going to include mouse and keyboard support. And they already have a group of games that are going to be supporting that, like, in November.
So that's a pretty. So, just to clarify, that is a big game changer for professional gamers, because anybody that plays games that, like, on all platforms, knows that you have your Twitch first-person shooters on the PC. That you barely move your hand and use 360 on the mouse. So that is actually going to breed a lot of gamers and first-person shooters, or mainly first-person shooters, at least in my eyes, to start utilizing the Xbox as a hub to first-person.
So the first one of the biggest title to be announced was Fortnite.
Surprise.
And they will be they detailed how if you play mouse and keyboard, you're going to be matchmade with other mouse and keyboard players. That way, controller players are playing with those guys, and that way there's no sort of griefing. I don't know if that's the correct term for that.
No, not for that. That would just be mouse and keyboard is considered a better platform.
Well, I would be griefed if I wasn't doing as well. But they also announced Warframe, Bomber Crew, Deep Rock Galactic, Strange Brigade, Vermintide 2, War Thunder, X-Morph Defense, and Children of Morta, Daisy, Minion Master, Moonlighter, Vigor, Warface, and Wargroove. adding support in the future. Okay, so the first group I said were all in November, and then starting with Children of Morta, Daisy, Minion Master, and all those are coming later. They also announced their exclusive partnership with Razer, and they're going to be making from the ground up keyboards designed for like the Xbox.
This is going to be interesting because this is going to be set up to where, like, as I'm sitting here semi-relaxed, am I going to be able to play it on my lap? Like, what are we going to do with this? Because a lot of people, and I know this is a big thing for you, when you play console games, the reason why you like console games is because you want to sit down on your couch, you want to kick back, you want to relax, and you want to play your game. You don't want to sit up at your desk, upright, really intense into the game.
Well, because when I sit up at a desk, I'm like this, and it kills my back.
Right.
And that's one reason. That's another reason. Well, the thing is that even with a proper chair, this part of my back right here, I hunch. Like, and then over time, even when I'm like streaming in the back, and I'm like, and I'm leaning back, I hunch forward. So like, I almost need to have a recliner. And because when I've been playing Red Dead, I've had that thing cranked all the way back to where I'm pretty much like, my head is like this, not all the way back, and that's just because of after a long day.
Something like that,
huh?
How you say something like that?
Well, anyways,
I got lots of things.
So with this Xbox event, the thing that I was more excited about, even though like some people went into this maybe a little bit too hyped up, I was excited because they were excited, and
right.
And I'm also excited because like this wasn't an E3 level of an event.
No,
they had a lot of people there. And a lot of stuff to talk about, of course, stuff I didn't say, like Devil May Cry, Battlefield 5. They showed a lot of stuff. But the future looks bright for Xbox. Brighter than what I would have said 4 years ago.
Yes.
For definite. And that takes a lot.
Spence has moved this in the correct direction.
It has taken a lot to course correct. And it's to a point where, 4 years ago, I would have said, hell no, I'm not buying an Xbox. And then I got one because I got a deal on one.
Right.
And it did sit there for a long time. The more that I've been playing it, of course, with Red Dead, I've been playing it every night.
Yep.
It's a good, viable console.
It's getting its exercise.
Yeah, it definitely is. But then, of course, with Forza, I played some Forza. I played some Quantum Break. I played some Hitman. I played other stuff on it.
I can't wait to get my PC because it's one of the first games I'm going to kick back and play.
Forza.
Yeah, I'm actually going to. Funny thing here, instead of buying an Xbox, which is significantly cheaper than a computer, I'm literally going to get my Xbox One controller, my PC, and I'm going to sit here, hook it up to my TV, and I'm going to play Forza. Like I'm playing on a console. You know why? Because I can.
Yeah. All right, so now we're going to go to Black Friday.
Black Friday sales.
We are going to move it over to Black Friday.
I need to pull it up. Oh, look, my light's still on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't have to pull it up because I'm only doing the GameStop Black Friday.
Oh, okay.
Of course, the first things first, the Minecraft Xbox One S Minecraft's Creators Bundle with full game download and game bonus items is $200. You also get Forza Horizon 4 at GameStop is $40. I want to say it's $30 at Target and Walmart. Sea of Thieves, $30. State of Decay 2 is $20. PS4's Marvel Spider-Man bundle, 1 terabyte with a complete physical copy of the game, $200. Did Detroit Become Human, $20. That is $10 cheaper than Walmart. God of War is $30. Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition, $10.
Really?
Yeah, that's with the DLC.
$10?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I know. I want to get that.
Wow, that's a fantastic price.
And then, of course, you have also for PS4, Uncharted. Nathan Drake Collection is $10. Uncharted 4 is $15. Uncharted Lost Legacy is $10. That's normally $30. I will be picking up that as well. And then, of course, you just go through the whole, like, the DualShock 4 controllers. That's $40. VR, Creed, Rise to Glory, and Super Shot VR bundles, $250. And, of course, they'll be doing used, probably buy one, get one free. But I mean, for somebody who's missed out on Horizon for $10, I can't say no. For someone who hasn't played the Lost Legacy Uncharted DLC for $10 physical copy, I cannot say no to that. And of course, the other Walmart and Target ads also have like some different stuff going on. Like I said, Forza Horizon 4 I think is $30 over there, and then as well as God of War.
Did you say the 1 terabyte Spider-Man?
I did.
Yeah,
I did. That is a great deal.
$100 off the VR.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yep.
It looks good.
Yep. Absolutely.
I can't believe that's $10 for Zero Dawn.
I know.
That actually kind of irks me a little bit, to the point where I might actually go just pop mine in, trade it in, and get another one.
Do you not? You don't have the DLC, do you?
I don't.
Well, the DLC is more than $10, I think.
It is.
There you go.
It is. That's the point I'm saying. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to take that in there and say, here, take this. Give me my money.
Yeah. So that was a really quick segment.
It was.
Got that out of the way.
But it was a good segment.
Yeah. Up next, we got probably the big meat of what we're going to be talking about. We have the one and the only Game Awards. So, guys, every year the Game Awards. I remember back when they aired on Spike TV.
Yeah.
Now they don't do that anymore. But now they air pretty much everywhere that you can stream. So it is widely available to everybody. The Game Awards is going to be taking place probably, I think it is.
Where did you get this, from comic book?
No, this is on the GameAwards.com, and I scrolled all the way to the bottom because I'm going to the bottom up.
Okay, because I want to make sure that I'm.
Yeah, we are going to be voting right here on the show. Of course, probably not for the esports stuff.
So you're at the bottom, correct?
Yep. So the start Eastern time in the U.S. is 8:30. On what day? What day are you?
I didn't see it. I blew right through it.
How can you tell me the time and not the day on how to watch? That is not that is add to calendar. I want to add to the calendar, but I don't know how to do it. What day are you, Game Awards? Because it's always a Thursday, so I assume it's like the second week of December. That's when it always is, right?
Sure.
You don't know.
I don't know off the top of my head. That's why I
remember.
just said sure.
Live December 6th.
There you go. See? You figured it out. Yay.
All right. So I scrolled all the way to the bottom. Content Creator of the Year category. Dr. Lupo. Myth. Ninja. Pokimane. Willie Rex. I don't know any of these other than Ninja. I know Ninja, but that's only because he's a big Fortniter.
I don't know.
I'm not voting because I don't know them. Up best esports moment.
Oh, I have to sign in.
Do you have to sign in?
I do.
To vote?
I do. So do you.
Well, I'll get around to that when I actually vote. So best esports host. So they have hosts for these esports. I don't know any of these dudes either. And this one, like I said, best esport event. Esports are not, and then esports coach, then esports team, best esports player.
Huh.
As I said, a lot of esports. Best esports game.
Okay, so best esports moments. You're not voting for. You're not going through any of these.
I'm not voting for any of the esports stuff because I'm not an esports guy. Like, if you want to go vote for the esports, please go vote for the esports if that's what you're into. But like like the esport games, CS:GO, Dota 2, Fortnite, League of Legends, Overwatch. I don't play any of those. Do you play any of those?
No.
Best debut indie game. It's unfortunate, but I have not played any of these. Yoku's Island Express, The Messenger, Moss, Florence, Donut County. Didn't play them. Best student game. Awarded the best student project created at the high school or college level. Again, I don't know any of those. So my bad, guys. I guess I'm just not that much of a gamer.
Yeah.
Best multiplayer game. Of course, that's Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Destiny 2 Forsaken,
No.
Fortnite, Monster Hunter World, or Sea of Thieves. So first of all, what do you think is going to win?
Let me get up to that category.
Are you not there yet?
No. I'm actually voting. All right, here we go. Best multiplayer game. So, I personally, I know it's not going to win, but it is the one that I had the most fun with.
Monster Hunter
World.
What do you think is going to win?
I believe that it'll be Fortnite.
Yeah, I do too. But you know what? I didn't play any of these. So I will abstain. I'm not going to vote for something, that I didn't play.
Right.
I'm not that guy. All right. So here we are. Best sports/racing game. FIFA 19.
Wait, slash?
Yeah. They have combined racing and sports together. FIFA 19, Forza Horizon 4, Mario Tennis Aces, NBA 2K19, or Pro Evolution Soccer. The only one that I played of these is Forza Horizon 4, so I'm voting for Forza Horizon 4.
Vote for as well.
And I loved it. I thought it was great.
Great game. One of the best. So the next one is Best Strategy Game. So we got The Banner Saga 3, Battletech, Frostpunk, Into the Breach, and Valkyrie Chronicles 4. I have not played any of these.
Okay, hold on. Because I got to get... Since I'm on the PC, it's taking me a little bit longer
Okay.
to get through stuff.
I'm just...
So this was strategy games?
The strategy games, yes.
See, I didn't play any of these either. Banner
I'm going to
Saga,
skip it.
Like I know Valkyria Chronicles is a good series, a good game. The next one, Best Family Game. Mario Tennis Aces, Nintendo Labo, Overcooked 2, Starlink, Battle for Atlas, or Super Mario Party.
It's going to be Party or Labo.
I think Labo, even though Labo's a big kind of a weird head scratcher for some gamers, but it's really innovative, and that's what Nintendo does.
I think it's going to be Party.
You think Party will take it?
I think Party will take it.
I don't even know how good Party is doing.
I don't know, but the best fighting game.
Best fighting game. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, Dragon Ball Fighters,
Soul Calibur
6, and Street Fighter 5 Arcade.
So far, what I have seen is everybody is raving about Dragon Ball Z Fighter, and it looks really good. I have not played any of these.
Same. I have also heard good things about Soul Calibur 6.
I've never heard a negative thing about any of these games. It's just these are games that we don't play.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, here's some ones I know. Look at this. Best role-playing game. We got Dragon Quest.
11.
11 Echoes of an Elusive Age. Monster Hunter World. Neo no Kune 2.
Yep.
Revenant Kingdom. Octopath Traveler. And Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Now, I have played 2 of these. Out of what is given, Octo for me.
Octo?
Yep. Because it is unique. It goes back to the old style. But as of a best role-playing game, I don't feel like Monster Hunter. I mean, it's a role-playing game, but it's more of a multi... I mean, you can play it by yourself, but it's a lot of fun with people.
Mm-hmm.
It's designed to play with 4 people.
The only one of these I played anything of was Octopath, and that was here.
Right. Which you need to borrow that when you get a chance.
Oh, man. I've got so many games I need to play after Red Dead.
So here's a big one, in my opinion. Best action/adventure game.
Mm-hmm.
You caught up?
No.
Okay.
Because I got to go all the way back to
I'm just going to
categories.
go ahead and read them.
This is taking forever.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey, God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption 2, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Now, this is a hard one because there are 2 Sony exclusive.
Yeah.
I think that Red Dead will win, but I love Spider-Man. It's
So I played. I've played 3 of these. I played God of War, Spider-Man, and Red Dead. I have not gotten Shadow of the Tomb Raider yet because so many games come out so close together.
Spread them out, guys. We'll buy more.
And then Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I feel like if Assassin's Creed Odyssey is going to win a category, it may be this one.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but great things about Odyssey. It's different. It is, like Origins and Odyssey are taking the Assassin's Creed brand and doing something new with it, which it desperately needed.
Yes, it did.
So, and I've heard the naval combat's great in this one. So, with that being said, for this category here, best action adventure game, I'm voting Spider-Man.
That's what I went. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna go ahead and read the categories.
I can't even move my damn screen.
All right, best action game: Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Dead Cells, Destiny 2 Forsaken, Far Cry 5, Mega Man 11. So these games I played Destiny, I have not played Forsaken. Call of Duty for me is Call of Duty. I mean, maybe they've done some new stuff. I haven't played it. Dead Cells is an interesting one on here for me. Mm-hmm. I've heard nothing but great things. So I don't know which one to pick. I have yet to play Mega Man 11, but I almost bought it the other day.
So I actually have to go on my phone to continue voting.
It's just faster.
Well, I mean, the browser is not working.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Huh? So, yes, now, what do we say? Best action game?
Yes.
So,
I mean, I don't know.
I do know that this is one of the only categories in which Far Cry 5 is nominated.
And I know that everybody really liked it.
And and it's a bit of a downer because it was one of those, like, early on in the year, there wasn't a whole lot. And then this game in Far Cry 5 came out and was like, whoa. Yep. And then God of War came out.
Yes. You got the elbow right there, Val.
And then, man. In a way, I can't vote for any of these.
I can't either. I'm skipping
I played the demo for Mega Man 11.
Right. I'm skipping it.
Yeah.
Best
What do you think will win?
What do I think will win? Yeah. I think that Far Cry 5 will win. I do. A lot of people are really negative about Destiny. Mm-hmm. It's just more of the same. Call of Duty so far has got nothing but pretty good reviews. I mean, it's not like overwhelmingly this is the greatest game of all time.
No, but
it's been very positive.
For a Call of Duty, it's almost like a return to form for them.
And it makes me want to play it, but I'm definitely not spending $60 on it. And I just don't have the time to keep up on the multiplayer.
No.
I did see that a guy is already gold diamond, which you have to do every weapon gold in that category. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and skip the category. I think Far Cry 5 will win it. But
my biggest thing is, like, Call of Duty has only been out for how long?
You can say the same thing for Red Dead because since it came out right at the end of October, almost no game big game released in November's on here, which is like kind of sucks because then you're missing out on like the new Pokemon. You're missing out on
people are going crazy
on Fallout, and Fallout 76 is not going to be on any of these.
I don't think it would be on. I don't think it's going to do great.
Best VR AR game. These are all games that like Tetris Effect, Moss, Firewalls.
Astrobot. I haven't played any of these.
Beat Saber.
I'm skipping.
Best mobile game: Donut County, Florence, Fortnite, PUBG Mobile, and Reigns, Game of Thrones.
So I have played PUBG on my phone, Fortnite on my phone, just to see what they were.
How did they play?
It's difficult on a phone.
I bet.
They do make a thing that it makes it more like triggers.
Okay.
So I personally didn't like them, but
I'm getting a little bit more relaxed in the podcast. I'm leaning back. My back hurts.
Yeah, do what you got to do.
I will.
We need to start swapping sides.
No.
So you can do this right here.
I've been having neck problems too this week.
I will. Like, these games I haven't really played.
Are you looking at best independent or
mobile?
Yeah, again, there's a lot of games here that I haven't played, and same with the independents.
I bet PUBG will win.
Maybe.
Or Fortnite.
But best independent game, Celeste, Dead Cells, Into the Breach, Return of the Obra Dinn, and The Messenger.
I'm going with Dead Cells on this one.
Well, that definitely could be, but there's going to be an interesting one later. So, games for impact, for thought-provoking games, some of the same ones we've seen already. 11:11, Memories Retold, Celeste, Florence, Life is Strange 2,
Episode 1,
and The Missing J.J. J.J. Macfield. Macfield in the Memories. Or in the Island of Memories. My bad, guys.
Yeah, right?
No. Best performance. So here we go. Brian Deckard as Connor from Detroit Become Human. Christopher Judge as Kratos. God of War.
Yeah.
I'm going to...
Melissanthi.
Melissanthi.
Yeah, Melissanthi. Yeah,
Mahout as Cassandra from Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Roger Clark as Arthur Morgan, Red Dead Redemption 2. Or Yuri Lowenthal as Peter Parker Spider-Man. Now, it's difficult. It is difficult.
Because Yuri does such a great job capturing Peter.
Yes.
Like a real Peter.
But then the guy that plays Arthur Morgan, he does a damn good job as well. And also the guy that does Kratos, he's not the original Kratos. But he does such a great job.
That guy, Christopher Judge.
Yeah.
You know who he is?
He's from...
he's Teal'c.
Yeah. From...
Stargate SG-1.
SG-1, yeah.
I love that guy. He's a great guy.
I'm going with Yuri.
I am too.
From Spider-Man. I think he
nailed it. He nailed it. It's just...
Confirm vote.
Okay, so... Best audio design. Presented by Dolby. Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Forza Horizon, God of War, Spider-Man, and Red Dead. So we're going to see a lot of these. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 games are going to be everywhere.
Best audio design. You know what I want to vote here?
I'm going with Horizon.
Yeah.
Because
I'm going with Horizon as well.
I love the soundtrack was fantastic.
Not only soundtrack, but then the cars.
I didn't wear headphones for that, and I plan on, like I said, I plan on picking it up and testing it out. On
the next category is Best Score Music presented by Spotify.
Best Score:
Celeste, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, Ni no Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom, Octopath Traveler, and Red Dead Redemption 2.
So, man. The Spider-Man music was perfect for the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was perfect.
I liked how there was different levels of like the swinging around, and the action, and then like the little when you're doing like your mini game stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Octo had a great.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, guys. Like when you look at these and you look at the best score, it's the best score for the game, and I'm going with Octo because it captures the feel of the game and the setting of the game, and it makes you feel like when I hear that music, it's Octo. Like 100%, that's all I'm thinking of. The Spider-Man, I can kind of put it in other different games, but Octo that's what it is.
Now, Red Dead, I will say this, they did such a good job at capturing the feel of the setting that they were going for, because like nothing in there is like over the top. It's all environmental. So, and it also changes where you're at, depending on where you're at. So, like when you're down in the bayou, you get more of that style of music,
right?
And the twangs and the whatnot.
I love that, and that's really good. I haven't played it enough to be able to give an honest to God opinion.
I love the Spider-Man. God of War, the music is heavy, powerful, pounding,
which it should be. It's God of War,
exactly. But it also feels a bit different in general than what the older ones were. So
right.
I'm also going to go with the fact that they also put in some real music from Spider-Man.
They did.
I'm voting Spider-Man.
I mean, like I said, the music that they basically put in from Spider-Man is great. But
they also put in like an actual like music, like
Yes.
the opening cutscene and everything. I love the Red Dead soundtrack, but I just feel like I don't know.
Now this next one I really like, best art direction.
Yeah,
I know where I'm voting just because it's the most beautiful game I've ever seen. Period. Like
So
there's no other description. I mean, I've got 4K and I've watched videos on here in 4K so that I could actually get an honest to God opinion about the visuals. Let me tell you what, that main town, wow, just wow.
You're talking about Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes.
So Red Dead Redemption 2, Return of the Obra Dinn, Octopath Traveler, God of War, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. From a pure art direction standpoint, like art, I would say God of War.
Right.
You know?
But here's the thing is, for art, for me, Red Dead captures the West.
Yes. Now, for outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation, Red Dead. I'm voting Red Dead for that one. God of War is a close second for me there. But
Oh, you did best art? Yeah, okay.
I'm voting, trying to.
Okay.
Because this is going slow on my phone, but it's going faster than what it was on there.
So I know which, so I'll go ahead and run it. Best narrative. So Detroit, Becoming Human.
Mm-hmm.
I feel, before I even read the rest, I feel that's the best one. Because you get to choose your narrative.
Right.
You 100% have control over every option that happens in that scenario. But there's God of War, Life is Strange 2, Episode 1, Spider-Man, Red Dead. I'm voting Detroit. I've watched some gameplay of it. You get to get the best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're voting on. Huh. For me, it's Detroit. I don't even like the game, but that's the whole design of that game.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm voting Detroit as well. You also have to think that sometimes, like, our vote isn't, like, all that goes into it.
Right.
You know? So it's like, and I know that they want, like, there's going to be some really big wins for God of War, for Red Dead, for Spider-Man. And you know that I don't think they're going to let the whole award show go through without Spider-Man getting a win somewhere.
Oh, no, they're not.
But best game direction, A Way Out, Detroit Become Human, God of War, Spider-Man, or Red Dead 2.
That's best direction. Now, I've seen some gameplay of God of War, and it homages the back to the good.
Awarded to a game studio for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Now, I'm going to give a props to A Way Out. That is that 2-player co-op thing where you're in prison together.
Yeah.
That's a really cool idea and different, different way to play. Hi, Patfoot. How you doing, buddy? Is she ignoring you again? Of course she is. Yeah.
Why? Because hers is probably downloaded all the way, and she's starting.
So,
come here, puppy.
I am going to vote for God of War.
Are you?
I am going to vote for God of War. As much as I feel that, like, almost all of those could probably deserve that category. Up next is the best ongoing game. Destiny 2 Forsaken, Fortnite, No Man's Sky.
That is surprising.
Overwatch, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. No Man's Sky has had a lot of updates, and it's not the same game that it was. The unfortunate thing is that it has gone so much and has gotten so many negativity from the start that a lot of people have already left it behind.
Here's the thing, though. Kudos to Hello Games for fulfilling their promise. I mean, now it is true multiplayer. Now it is what they said it was going to be in the beginning. I believe that Overwatch is going to win. Overwatch or Fortnite.
Same here, but I'm not going to vote for
I'm going with
them.
No Man's Sky. I did enjoy what I played of it, but...
So we got Game of the Year.
Ooh.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Celeste, which is an indie game.
That's awesome that is on that list.
God of War. Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World. Or Red Dead Redemption 2.
There is... So for me, there's 4 games on here that are very hard to argue because in their specific genre, they are the best. God of War, Spider-Man, Monster Hunter, Red Dead. Thing is that I don't know which one to pick because I loved Monster Hunter. I love Spider-Man. I'm not a Red Dead guy, but I do understand that it is unbelievable. And God of War, I'm not a God of War guy. I was, but it's just...
Okay, so, like, I will suggest that one of these days we need to get together and stream just like we did the Extra Life.
Yeah.
And we need to pick a game that either it's something that one of us hasn't played yet, right? Even if one of us doesn't get to God of War or Horizon by that point, we need to sit down and the other person needs to play it, right? And God of War is your game.
Well, my game is Uncharted.
Well, Uncharted.
The series.
We're going to get to God of War because we got to go through the whole Uncharted series.
We got to go through the whole Uncharted series. That's just mandatory.
Because God of War for me, I did not, and I've said this here on this podcast, and I've said it to you, and I've said it to multiple people. I did not intend to love that game as much as I did. And Podcastrophe, our good buddy, Dick Blaine Fernando Tyner, he says, I can't.
Dr. Dongo.
Dr. Dongo, MD. OBGYN
Yeah.
says, I still can't believe Monster Hunter is on that list. I love it, but no, as far as Game of the Year.
I think that, Blaine, I think it deserves to be there this year because it is Capcom's, right now, that's the best-selling game they've ever had. And it is still viable right now. A lot of people still playing it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people love this game. And for me, I wasn't a big Monster Hunter guy. I picked this up to play with you. And I loved it. I've got 200 or 150 hours in it.
So, and Blaine says that God of War wins. So the thing is here, is that I knew from the get-go, as soon as God of War came out.
That's my pick.
Okay. I knew as soon as God of War came out, this is going to be a tough year for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big year because... Not only was Spider-Man was coming out, and that was to me, oh, it's a Spider-Man game. Maybe, and no, that is a Game of the Year contender. For sure.
That's what Spider-Man should have been.
I know, and it was.
Awesome.
So, therefore, It's like the moment I played that, I'm like, oh, crap. And then, of course, you have what they've done with Assassin's Creed.
Yep.
And that deserves to be recognized. Then you also have something like Monster Hunter. I think it does deserve to be recognized.
Now, I'm not saying that it deserves to get the spot.
No, I don't.
But
I don't think it does either.
I believe that they placed it correctly to say that's one of this year's biggest games. Period.
And then you have Celeste, which is a much different.
I can't believe that's there.
I
have not played it.
I haven't
I'm thinking
either.
Like after all these nominations, I think that I might have to.
Right. It's like, what are we doing wrong that we haven't played this game yet? Because you could almost argue. And for somebody who isn't into like indie games at all, why isn't Far Cry 5 there instead of that?
Right. Like, how does this beat Far Cry 5?
So but it did, and then final nomination because you can only nominate so many games.
Yeah.
You know, notice that Call of Duty Black Ops 4 isn't here, and that got a lot of praise.
Yeah.
You know, notice that some other games aren't here. So
I don't know.
My gosh.
The thing is that.
I think I'm torn between two.
I've already cast my vote.
I know you did.
And I went with my favorite group, as Stanley once said. You're my favorites.
Props to Stanley. You know, we didn't kick off with that,
No.
R.I.P. to Stanley. You know,
yes, man.
Good man.
Thank you for giving us what you have given us, and it will live on forever. But I went with the Spider.
Yeah, you went with Spider-Man's. And Spider-Man's very much deserving, but I think I'm between God of War and Red Dead. I'm not even done with Red Dead. That's why I'm hesitating. But here's the thing. And did I say this on air or not? No, I didn't say it on air. I said it when we were setting up. I've kind of been spoiled slightly on Red Dead. And I think, as I've said on the podcast, I've already have this idea of how I think it should go, about how the game ends. Not the ending, where we end up. And I have kind of been spoiled to the fact that I was correct. However, I don't know the journey. And last night, the last few nights that I played this game, This is taking me on a journey. It's not, okay, we're going to start this mission. Okay, holy crap. And now I'm here.
And then you can't put it down.
Yes.
That's the big deal.
Because now, like, they're taking that formula that they created way back in the early 2000s with the original Grand Theft Auto 3, you know, or even before that with the other ones. But I'm thinking big 3D open world.
Right. And
you go do a mission. Then you get paid for it. Then you go do a mission. Then you get paid for it. Then you roam around for a while. Then you go do a mission. You get paid for it. Now they've evolved it into storytelling.
Yes.
So you go do a mission, and then it doesn't end. And then you go do this, and you go over here. And then you find that this was like a half-hour-long mission because it did so much to advance the plot, or this character, or that character. Or characters dying. Oh, my gosh. And with the original Red Dead, if you ever played the original game, you know that there are characters in this game set before the original game that are not there anymore. So what happens to them?
You know they got to die.
And you know that this whole gang falls apart at some point, for the most part. And that is playing out. And I am so excited because then not only, you know, in the original game, you don't see a lot of Dutch. You get him near the end, and you get to see what he was like. And then in this game, you see it starts off right after something really big and bad happens, and he's trying to, you know, raise morale and talk to people, be his charismatic self, and encourage people. And then another thing goes wrong, and another thing goes wrong, and another thing goes wrong, and things are slipping out of his hands.
Yep.
And I am just enjoying it. I'm also enjoying the little bits of camp. Now, a lot of people may have not done this. I assume a lot of people may have done this. I know I do. I go and I grab a cup of coffee and walk around camp and try and talk to people. These are my people. This is my gang. That's Karen. That's Mary Beth. That's Miss Grimshaw. That's Javier. That's Uncle. That's Reverend, you know? Some of these characters you look at and go, you are useless. But you're in the family.
Right.
That's Bill. That's Lenny. There's Charles. Everybody, you know.
Hosea.
You know, Hosea, Pearson. Everybody's Sadie. Everybody's there. You know, and then they take a character, and they take a couple more, and then they put you in this situation. God of War had no reason being as good as it was, just like Spider-Man. Like the early God of War games, they're big, they're epic, and they're good. This game was that, and then take that to the Spinal Tap 11.
Yeah,
because it played different. It dared to be different. It dared to changed the formula of God of War completely. That is dangerous.
Especially on a big game like that.
That is dangerous.
That's a franchise game.
You know, that is like, in a way, what Breath of the Wild did for Zelda.
It is.
It took your Zelda. It's still Zelda. It's still God of War at its core. But it's different. Its narrative is different. The way it tells its story is different. And just like I compared it in a way to The Last of Us storytelling.
Oh, yeah.
Where it starts off at one spot, and then over time, bit by bit, you unlock more. You unlock more characterization for Kratos, for Atreus. Atreus.
Well, I was like, wow.
My bad.
Boy.
And then you just get so much more into it. And then you get, as soon as you think you get to a certain level, then it goes, oh, another one. Oh, another one. And that game is a hell of a journey. It's epic in every way it needs to be. It's very scenic. Before Red Dead, that was the best looking game that I've seen this year. By far.
It does look pretty good.
Like, as far as just in pure graphics and frame rate, everything looks stunning in that game. I am torn. I am really torn. And I almost don't want to vote until I beat Red Dead.
Well, you don't have to.
And
just to say these are my two personal nominees.
All right, so I have a few weeks.
You do.
I think I will beat the game story by then. Because I am currently just past 50% of the story progress. Unless they're also counting all the side stuff in with that. Right? And they might be doing that. Of course, we have the Thanksgiving holiday coming up.
Yes.
I'm going to get some time to sit down and play the crap out of it. So I'm going to withhold my vote. I will vote on the air.
Okay.
Because either way, we're gonna record a podcast the day before the awards. Whether or not I have beaten Red Dead or not, I will vote before the Game Awards. But I think it's between those two games. Spider-Man is probably a number 3 there for me. And it's easy to say why. That game was the best Spider-Man movie I've ever played.
Yeah. I loved that they went their own direction. Mm-hmm. It's comic book Spider-Man. It is comic book Spider-Man, and then Insomniac's like, well, as we've said on air, spoilers. Let's just go ahead and say spoilers. They dared to be different. They dared to do something that's really never been done.
Other than in the comics.
Other than in the comics. Like killing off probably one of the most important characters, excluding your main villains and Peter.
Yeah.
And Mary Jane, obviously. Killing off one of those characters. And then sprinkling that little dust at the end. Mm-hmm. Like a Marvel movie. Brilliantly done.
That game was that was another game that I couldn't put down. You know what? And I, for whatever reason, I am not the biggest God of War fan at all. I like them at most.
Right.
They're fun to play. They get old. That's my only detriment against the God of War series. The gameplay just gets old. The gameplay in this game never really got old because of how much more in depth they made the system.
Right.
They made the different kinds of weapons that you can use, and you could use those in the other games. But now it's even more. They took God of War and somehow kind of made it into like a quasi Zelda game, kind of. But it's still God of War, so it's like let's take those ideas, put it here, and then it's like, but we're still God of War, so we got to do this. Oh yeah, well we're going to give you an entirely different weapon that you're going to use for most of the game, and then we're going to give you something that you know back. And then it's going to open up, and it's going to be like, oh, you can do this, and you can do this other thing, and then you're working in tandem with it, with your son, and it's different, and it's all to tell the story of you two doing something together, and
taking mom's ashes.
Yeah, something that starts off such as a simple thing, of course, just kind of gets blown so far, and then just like a Marvel movie. The after credit scene of a certain God of Thunder making like you don't even see his face. He's standing right outside their house. They stirred up enough trouble to get his attention, and it's like, ooh, what happens next? We won't know.
But here's the thing: the base of that game is obviously they're going to use that engine. Yeah. I would just tweak it. I wouldn't try to force anything. You got 9s and 10s across the board.
Of course.
Keep it. Yes. Run it.
Absolutely. I agree with you. With Red Dead, we kind of know how it ends because it's got to lead up unless there's going to be another story in between.
I don't think they'll do that.
I don't think so. I don't think so either because we know how long it takes Rockstar to release games. And this is a different studio than made GTA 5.
Yep.
Completely. Because this is San Diego. So, like, while the other studio is working on they've been working on this game for a long time, and it shows. It very well shows. It's, it is Yeehaw Skyrim.
It is.
In every sense of the word. And yet it does something, like, in terms of, like, I love getting a game where they give you a character. Like Kratos, like Spider-Man, like Arthur, where you're on this journey with them. With Arthur, you get to change him. You get to make him your own. You can make him your own Arthur, just like Shepard, right?
Yeah.
But you can't change his overall appearance. You can change his length of his hair, his beard, his clothing, and make him your own style of Arthur. But, like...
He's still Arthur.
Yeah, he's still Arthur. Man.
He's going to go down that same path.
And I'm excited to see it. But until then... we still have not decided whether or not we're going to live stream the awards. That's starting at 8:30 p.m.
I know. On a Thursday. When we have to work the next day.
I know. And, of course, it's not going to get over to like 11:30.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that.
I know.
Because if we live stream it together, either we do the... Google whatever Playhouse or
Google Playhouse.
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
Or we'd have to get together, and then that means you'd have to drive home, or I would have to drive home at 11:30.
I know.
Ugh.
Yeah, we may not do that. That's difficult for us in our work schedule.
It is.
You know, if this were our only job,
Right.
then that's one thing. But it is not. We do have to earn monies, and
Darn you.
yeah, we got to earn monies, pay the bills.
Structured civilization.
But you know, hopefully, you know, we'll be able to do that for some E3 stuff.
Yeah.
That will be nice to be able to get together and do that. Depending on how that's going to shape up this year. Of course, this past year, a lot of stuff happened on like Saturday and Sunday.
Yes.
And then like you only had like I think PlayStation and Nintendo and then maybe Ubisoft. And Monday and Tuesday.
I can't remember.
I remember Microsoft was on Sunday. Microsoft and Bethesda were on Sunday. But the thing about Bethesda is that they went late too. They started really late.
Yeah.
They started at like 9. Of course, they do all their stuff on Pacific Standard Time. So
They do.
Well, what to do? What game do you think is going to win Game of the Year?
Already said.
Did you?
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Oh, so you think that one's going to win Game of the Year?
Well,
because that's what you voted for. What do you think is going to win?
Man, I think that Red Dead will. It's too good. It's hard to. I mean, I don't like those games, and I think it's phenomenal. So, an all-around Game of the Year package. It's going to be Red Dead.
I think it's going to win too.
I mean, think about how many copies have already been sold.
Mm-hmm.
Already been sold. And it's only in the first 3 days was
like 10 million.
10 million.
8 days, 17 million.
It's insane.
It's over 20 million now. It has to be.
It's insane.
And online hasn't even launched yet.
And people are eating it. When the online goes on, it's going to boost it up even more. But I do believe it will win because, like I said, it's the complete package. You have the best visuals, the best visuals that have ever been produced on a console.
Yeah.
That has been produced by the developer by far. You've got the open world that people are really liking. They're starting to become more accustomed to the openness of you just start out and you can just do whatever you want. The story seems to be amazing. Gameplay is tight. It's not perfect, but it's tight. To me, it's the all-around package. Now, I haven't played God of War. I have a little bit over at your house, and it was okay.
But it's different to sit down with it for a few minutes than to sit there from the beginning and
experience that
because
story.
Because I'll even say like the gameplay of Red Dead, it's good. It could be better,
right?
But it's not. But it is about the complete package. Just like the gameplay of Spider-Man is mostly perfect. The swinging around, perfect. Some of the fighting, it's good enough.
I think it's almost perfect for Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a beat 'em up, no, it's not perfect. But for Spider-Man, you're dodgy. You're not some big brute going out there and bashing everybody's heads in.
Batman.
That's where I was leaning towards. But Spider-Man, he's nimble. The biggest thing is his spider sense, and they really incorporated that into the game. That, to me, that game is everything a Spider-Man game should have ever been.
Think about the games that were nominated the most. Like Red Dead, God of War, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Red Dead, God of War, Spider-Man. 2 of those are exclusives.
Yep.
And then you have Assassin's Creed, and then you have, some of the other ones. But
Assassin's Creed, a lot of people really have frowned upon that franchise after the Enzo trilogy. I am one of those guys, but they're doing good stuff with it. So it's hard to be angry and say, "Oh, I'm not picking it."
Yeah. So
still think it's Red Dead though.
I think so too.
I want it to be Spider-Man.
I would not be mad if it were any of those three.
This
God of War, God of War. I'm sorry, Assassin's Creed. I'd be
surprised.
I would be surprised, but I would give them the golf clap. Good for you guys. And maybe we're not talking about this Celeste game that we haven't played. What if that takes it?
I know.
That'd be like
an indie game takes Game of the Year. I don't think that's going to happen. I
don't think it will either.
Going to just take it. But.
I think it's in a bet. Like as I said, the competition: God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead, just those three. And then you start sprinkling others in, games that were like really well received throughout the year. A game that isn't nominated, Far Cry 5. A game that was like got more attention than what I thought it would. Detroit even is not nominated. That game sold well and has brought eyes to it, and good on it.
Like I said, that's why I picked it for best narrative, because what's the narrative? I mean, you get a game that is preset on your narrative. Yeah, that's the good storytelling in that sense, but Detroit gives you the option to choose that narrative 100%. It's your own narrative. So
it has
literally
a core beginning and a core ending.
Right.
But then the story is yours.
You get to make those decisions. You get to change that narrative. No, there are very few games where the impacts are that significant. Mass Effect has some significant, but it's not like it completely changes everything about it, other than 2 where you could lose your entire team.
Yeah, I mean you can end the entire trilogy at 2 if everybody died.
But
Joker's the only one left.
But I'm just saying that game is its own narrative, and I haven't played it. Like I said, watched some play of it, some gameplay of it. It's just one of those. It's a heavy rain game. I'm not into those really decisive games where I like action. I'm an action guy. But it's hard to go away from something that if you're just sitting down looking for a nice story, a really good story.
I like to change of pace because I like to throw the games in like this. Like I like to throw in games like that because then it changes the pace. That's one reason why I liked a lot of the Telltale games. I got a great story. It didn't involve so much like tenseness, you know, and it was more relaxing, and I could just enjoy. In a game like Game of Thrones, where I was going, huh. And it had made me gasp a few times. That's good because, or like the Batman game, that was like, oh, dude. Once you have those games that are like, even if the gameplay is like minimal, and it still captures you, that's awesome. I love that kind of stuff. Anyway, guys, I think it's going to do it for us here today on the show. We're going to go ahead and wrap up this podcast. This definitely was a different kind of podcast. Thank you for staying with us while we unboxed the Fallout 76 Power Armor Edition and wore the helmet, and hopefully it wasn't too intrusive or banging around the mics too much.
It was banging around on mine.
Hopefully it wasn't too bad for you guys to listen to. And hopefully you guys made it to the end of this show. If you did, thank you guys so much for your continued love and support of the show. Me and Mike both appreciate it so very much.
Yes.
All of our gracious followers over on Podbean and all of our subscribers on the other platforms as well. Of course, you can download the show. If this is your first time seeing this anywhere, you can download the podcast audio version of the show on your favorite podcasting platform of choice. Just search it for the Game Addicts Podcast. And, of course, we're live each and every single Wednesday on the live recording of the show over on twitch.tv/GameAddictsPlay, as well as the video and audio versions go up on YouTube like the next day on Thursday. So just search the Game Addicts Podcast on YouTube, and we go over there as well. And we play games on Twitch, and we port that over to YouTube, and it's available as long as YouTube allows it and is not completely blocked.
30 seconds.
As long because Spider-Man, my entire Spider-Man video got completely blocked. Because
how dare they?
I know, in every single country.
How dare you?
Meanwhile, other people are playing it, so they're having fun, and I'm not. But, of course, I mean, I try to play games. Of course, I've been playing Red Dead, and I'm not so much of a Twitch streamer where I'm trying to stream the entire gameplay. Because, man, that just feels so weird to me. Because I want to sit back and I want to take it in.
Right.
You know?
I wish that my computer was ready. I got 12 minutes left.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're about ready to roll on Fallout 76, and we're about ready to roll out of this episode. If you want to, please go check us out on our social media, Game Addicts Play, across the board on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, where we do Game Addicts Plus, the weekend update show, which I haven't done for 2 weeks.
And I will not be a part of this one.
No, you will not, and I may not. I don't know. Like, it's not a guarantee that we'll do it every single weekend, but on Sundays around the noon to afternoon time, stay tuned and like us over there on Facebook, and you may just get to see a bonus weekend update show for the podcast. So until next week, where I'm sure Mike is going to update us on what has or has not changed on Fallout 76.
Well, I won't know what has changed because I keep my progression. So those I will not revisit.
I did see that if you want to actually 100% the trophies,
yeah,
or achievements, you actually have to make a whole new character and start over.
I'm sure you do.
But also next week, hopefully, maybe I'll have beaten Rat Dead. Probably not. But maybe I'll have an update, and then we'll keep you guys abreast of when I'm going to be voting right here live on the show. So until next week, guys, I've been Brando.
And I've been Mike.
Take it easy, guys. #game on. And we'll see you next time. Live or audio. I don't know how to end the show.
Until next week, guys.
How will Brando vote? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.